Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Luke Ness Monster, and welcome back to Summer in Space. This may all be happening right now. As always, I'm joined with my podcast co-host.
Hello, I'm SideQuester.
And with the release of the Black Series Phantom Menace 3-pack that comes with Darth Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan, we wanted to take a look at some of the other famous duels in Star Wars that we wanted to see come to the Black Series in a form of a multi-pack. And speaking of lightsaber duels, our friends at Damien Sabers actually sent us some really cool lightsabers.
Ooh, these are awesome. I got the Darth Revan lightsaber, which is pretty fantastic. Super weighty, nice in the hand. Oh man, I love this thing. What did you get?
They sent me the Episode 6 Luke Skywalker saber. Of course, our reviews are up on the channel, so make sure to go check out mine, and of course SideQuester's on his channel. But I love this. I love how they made the neck of the saber actually like movie accurate, because a lot of their sabers, like the Black Series one, has a super thick neck. So I love how actually like accurate to the film this is.
Yeah, that's super cool. And the Darth Revan one is super neat. It's just got a little accent of the gold and then the black in the bottom here. Otherwise, super clean. It holds well in the hand. Like sometimes there's some of the bump outs and everything get kind of uncomfortable, but it's super neat. I wish I had more room to go swinging it around, but maybe eventually we'll get together and be able to do a duel.
Yeah, big shout out to Damien Saber, and for a limited time, if you go check out their website, any of their HX series sabers, if you use code LukeNess, you get 5% off at checkout. So make sure to check out Damien Sabers and check out our reviews that are already up on the channel.
Nice. Thank you, Damien Saber.
Anyway, jumping into our duels that we want to see, we're each going to go and give our top 5. So I'll start with my number 5. The number 5 spot on my list for a Black Series duel that I want to get in the line, I gave it to an Obi-Wan and a Vader from the Kenobi show.
Nice.
So
Which one? Which duel?
Specifically, I beam Obi-Wan with the battle-damaged Vader. We already have both of these figures, but I think it would go great in like a 2-pack. And maybe throw in some of like the little rocks and stuff that he throws around, and maybe do like swappable heads to where you can have the broken mask and the normal mask.
Nice. But would you change anything from the versions that already came out?
I would definitely give Obi-Wan the the pose hand, so he can do the iconic lightsaber pose, because he does do that in that scene, and it's great to get swappable hands when we can. And then I would probably give Vader new legs. I don't know what the limitations for Hasbro to do that would be, but give Vader some pinless legs.
Nice. I would even say, like, if you were able to have like the rock formation that Obi-Wan jumps off of right when he does that last swing, that'd be kind of neat too, to kind of add value to it.
Yeah, I think any world building items you can throw in there would be great.
Just a bag of sand, dirt.
Just a bag of sand. I don't know.
With little pebbles in it.
It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
It's a good impression.
Thank you. What is your number 5 spot?
I'm actually going to go Luke on Dagobah in the Cave of Darkness with a dark side spirit form Darth Vader. Give him like a ghosty appearance. They did a 3 3/4 inch figure. They've done a few of them where it's almost like a translucent plastic, kind of ghosty, but it's in that smoky gray black, so you can see through it, but it also kind of has like a translucency to it. Give me the cracked helmet with the Luke Skywalker face underneath, maybe swappable. And I love that look. Gives an excuse to make a brand new Luke Bespin as well. And what do you think?
Yeah, I absolutely love that idea. I didn't even think about that. It's kind of one of those obscure scenes from Empire that you kind of forget about, but it's still really iconic, and I think that'd be a super cool scene to have in Black Series form. So yeah, I love that.
Nice, thank you. So how about your number 4?
Anyway, going into my number 4, sticking with that Luke Skywalker theme, we're jumping ahead a movie to episode 6, and I did a final duel 3-pack that comes with Luke, Vader, and then Palpatine and the throne. This would be probably about $100 set and come with 3 figures and the throne. But, I thought about doing just like a Luke and a Vader, but I feel like you can't have Luke and Vader and not have Palpatine too. So I figured a $100 3-pack like that would be great, and it gives you another way to get that throne out there.
Nice. I had considered doing that. I had a feeling you might, so I didn't want to overlap, but that is awesome. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
I think the only thing that I would change is with that brand new Return of the Jedi Vader, I would give him a swappable head rather than the helmet that comes apart in several pieces, just because you can't put it together and it kind of really sucks. So
yeah, agreed.
Just give me a whole swappable helmet.
Yeah, I like that plan. Okay, so I'm going to go with a 3-pack also. My next one, I'm going to do an episode 2 3-pack with Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Count Dooku. Now, I have visions for what an episode 2 Anakin could mean. Episode 3 Anakin, Clone Wars Anakins, and on and on and on. So getting a new mold for the Anakin would be perfect. You could reuse the Obi-Wan. I'd even buy it with the pin legs. The Count Dooku is already set. Like that's a pretty remarkable figure. But what I was thinking, if you did this as like a deluxe set, kind of an experimental set, since you're going to have the Anakin with a removable lower forearm to show the battle damage, what if they incorporated something similar to like what Hot Toys does, where they have a separate forearm and hand that are all molded one piece with electronics and cell batteries and a molded lightsaber in his hand that lights up. So since it's going to come off anyway, you could show the battle damage, but then they could have this one piece that plugs in. You wouldn't necessarily be able to do it with the 2 lightsabers, but imagine having an episode 2 Anakin that could be standing there kind of mimicking the scene that they actually shot where, I mean, it was super crazy when they did it because the lightsabers, they did the slow motion effect so they could have the glow across their faces. But if you look at the behind the scenes, it's all like wired and connected to like a battery off camera. And so it's kind of cumbersome. But imagine being able to recreate something like that in this episode 2 3-pack. What do you think? Yeah,
that'd be awesome. I didn't even think about like light up effects like that. But if Hasbro was willing to try it, I would absolutely be all for it. And like you said, worst case, you have the normal hand that you can swap back onto it, and so if it like it's just really crappy, you can just have the normal figure there. So
yeah,
that's cool. I would like that.
All right, what's your next one?
So my number 3 is actually from the exact same scene, and it is a Yoda and Dooku duel. I was gonna do an Anakin and Dooku duel with that green lightsaber, but I decided to go Yoda instead, just because we got that new prequel Yoda body, and I wanted to get a re-release of that out. And so figure give us that prequel Yoda, give him the cane, maybe a little bit of a brighter cloak so it's a little bit more movie accurate. Obviously the green lightsaber, and then a re-release of Dooku, but specifically you got to give Dooku the shocky hands because that is the one thing that he's missing in that original set. So, but I think it would be cool maybe to throw in some of like the pillar rubble that like Dooku kind of like forces to fall onto Yoda there, and he like catches it with the Force. Maybe throw in some of that like rubble and world building too, just to have.
Now, I could see that as an interesting piece where you kind of have like a clear plastic, almost like a cradle, and then you have the rock pieces that are either you could set them in, or maybe they're glued down. I don't know. But then you could get Yoda underneath there and have the effect. But then it's all kind of one solid thing that can be moved around, so it doesn't scatter and fall and break.
Yeah, I would like that. And I think since Yoda's so tiny too, maybe give us like a little flight stand or something so you can have him like flipping around and doing all of his acrobatic lightsaber duels that we see him do. Just because he's a really like small, tiny figure, so get as much value in there as possible.
Okay, spring-loaded legs
spring-loaded legs. You just
And
set him
he-
down, and he goes. Have
Which
you
way
ever
will he
seen
go?
those like little half circle things that you had as kids? You like turn inside out, and then it would like randomly it would just go. Vroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Those are his feet. Are just those things.
Just
Oh. It's just it'd be like the figures that they came out with in the early 2000s, where they all had these like over the top action features.
yeah, you like squeeze the legs, and the arm is like. That'd be cool. What is your number 3?
All right, my number 3. I'm gonna hang out with Anakin a little bit longer. I'm going Gendy Tarkovsky, Anakin versus Asajj Ventress from, I think it's the end of the first section of stories?
Yeah, because he still has the shorter hair. So.
He still has the shorter hair, and you could do different versions. I think we desperately need a brand new Asajj Ventress anyway. But doing 2-pack with Anakin, you can justify all the different soft goods that you would need for her. You can reuse most of the body. With the Anakin, you could do 2 different versions. You could do the early part of the duel where it's just the traditional Padawan outfit, and he's got just the robot hand. Or you could do the end of the duel where his robe is all scattered, and he's kind of beat up a little bit. He's got more of the arm exposed, and I don't know if you would be able to incorporate world building elements, maybe a stand of some kind, or like a cliff edge for that part of that scene. But no, I think that'd be super cool. Give us some versions of characters that we might not necessarily get single releases for, but something like if you put it up as a GameStop exclusive or a Hasbro Pulse and a Disney Store exclusive, it could be something that sold really well.
Now, what I would do with that set is one of like the most defining features of that duel is how the rain is like hitting the lightsabers and it's like sizzling off of it. So maybe get us some like little smoky sizzly effects to put on the saber blades.
Oh, dude.
That would be really cool.
Okay, so I'm going to add to that because I love that idea. So what if instead of like smoky effects, what if instead of having like the standard smooth blade, what if they did one where it's maybe a little thicker, or maybe it has an extra layer? Think of like a drinking straw kind of a material around it, and there's little pits in it. So like sculpted pits and holes. So when that slides over the lightsaber, it looks like there's like a crackling effect to it. And yeah, because I totally forgot about that rain aspect to it. The sounds going along with that lightsaber. That's a great idea, dude. Yeah. I like it.
Anyway, my number 2, going back to original trilogy, going to my favorite movie of all time. I'm gonna do a Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, Luke and Vader, like final duel, I Am Your Father duel, whatever you want to call it, but specifically brand new Bespin Luke. We already have the legs from Dagobah Luke, which are perfect, so we just need pretty much an upper torso and arms. But new Bespin Luke, and of course, give us that Empire Strikes Back Vader, and I think specifically I'd want it to be towards the end of the duel, so I'd want him to have like the bruises on his face and give us the removable hand. I don't know which hand it is. Give us the removable hand though. And if you wanted to throw some world building in there, give us something like this right here. It's like the little end of the ledge there where they're actually fighting and Luke goes and jumps off at the end. If you could give us something like that, that'd be great, but that would be a additional probably $50 to that set, but I'd pay it because it'd be awesome.
Could be HasLab.
HasLab, I Am Your Father. What is your number 2 spot?
I'm gonna go. So this isn't just because this is on my my bet list with us, but The Force Unleashed, one of the coolest, frustrating, and heartbreaking duels from The Force Unleashed is on Raxus Prime, where Starkiller goes up against Kazdan Paratus. it was difficult for me to kind of get his fight choreography down because he's the little guy with the like spider mech suit thing, and he throws lots of robots at you, lots of droids at you. Oh man, lots of droids at you. I say it right. What's tragic about it is you're fighting in a replica of the Jedi Council, and he has built these like mannequin versions of all of the rest of the Jedi Council because the guy has completely lost his mind and he's desperate and alone, and the entire fight he's really strong, but he's also like lost his mind. And so the fight was difficult. It ends up being like this kind of tragic moment, and if there's any consolation to the whole thing, at least Starkiller kind of put him out of his misery. But I think having a Kazdan Paratus with the spider leg suit could be your new mold, and then you could take the existing Starkiller figure, swap out the parts that you need, and add some of the overlays. Very easily make that version of him. And then if we're talking about world building, you could add maybe a droid or two that's slapped together by the Force, and have a cool little display.
They give us the Jedi Council chair with it too.
Just one.
Yeah, give us the one that we don't have yet, though.
The one that you could use for the hologram Kiadi Mundi. You say Kiadi Mundi. Why? I always say Kiadi Mundi. Is it Mundi?
Potato. I'd probably say it wrong, to be honest. Mundi. But what about the droid attack on the Wookiees? That's all that matters.
What about my holographic chair?
No, but the chair is not holographic. The chair is a normal chair.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, wow, but it's holographic Kiadi Mundi.
So that seems like a lot of planning that needed to go into Kiadi Mundi. Like, okay, okay, guys, hang on. I haven't found the right box to make it look like I'm sitting in the real chair. Wow.
Yeah, how do they make him sit down like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Or does he just have a replica chair where he's at?
He just takes a council chair with him wherever he goes.
We're on number ones now, right?
We're on number ones. What's your number one, buddy?
I think my number one's going to be pretty obvious. But I want a Battle of the Heroes Anakin and Obi-Wan duel. But specifically, I want them to have like the battle damaged, like little singe marks and little burn marks on their outfits. And if they could, I would really love to get like some kind of platform or something for them to sit on or to duel on. So I know there is like this main platform that they both stand on and duel on for a little while. But there's also like the little droid that Anakin stands on as well. So if you could do both of those, it would be great, but it'd be kind of expensive if you did both of them. So if you could only do one, I get that too. But I would love to see that. It's my favorite scene of all of Star Wars. It's my favorite duel too. Best music. And so if you could make that in figure form, that'd be incredible.
What if it was like the weather vane thing that they were dueling on, but when it upends and it goes into the lava, and so maybe the package is vertical and it's like them hanging from it? Oh, dude!
And they got like the lava splash that's coming up too.
Yeah, and that's cool. What holds it. That's what holds the whole thing up. Oh man,
that's
that lights really cool. Up.
I feel like that would be pretty cool to 3D print. I might have to look into 3D printing that.
I like it. You got a good set of 5 there, buddy.
What's your number one?
All right, my number one, I went back and forth on because my go-to is always like, oh, make something with a Luke Skywalker, and I thought I should do the Dark Empire Luke because it would be Legends and everything. But I always go Dark Empire Luke, so. I wanted to do like him, Luke, Leia, and the Clone Emperor, but I've talked about that to death. So I went like crazy. Like, what is the most standout duel to me? And it's one that I actually didn't like the first time I saw it, but through getting kind of like what it all means and sort of putting together the theme behind it, I'm going. Obi-Wan, Darth Maul from Rebels, where they square off in the desert, and Obi-Wan finally takes out Darth Maul. Again, that there is very little to the physicality of that duel, but I don't think there is another duel that means as much as far as a character arc. Like Luke saving his father in Return of the Jedi, that is iconic, and we've built up to that. The Bespin duel, same thing. Darth Vader and Obi-Wan from A New Hope. There are iconic duels that are peppered throughout the story, but everything that happened between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul individually and together that led to Darth Maul being so obsessed with tracking this one person down, finally getting his opportunity to do it, and he, in a couple of moves, is overtaken because Obi-Wan has become something that has completely transcended what Darth Maul could ever be. And I love that scene. I love that it's so quick, and it would give us the excuse to get a brand new head to toe old man Obi-Wan body. They already pretty much have the Maul, but they could just do the variation of the overlays. Give us a little campfire world building thing. Call it a day. Hasbro Pulse exclusive.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that a lot.
Thanks.
Cool duel. I think that's perfect world building too, and it's good reuse for that gaming grade small. Just throw on that like a little scarf thing or hood thing, and it's set. And another great. Knowing Hasbro, they would just reuse that 10-year-old sculpt of Obi-Wan now, but hopefully they make a new version. That would be nice.
If they did that, if they reused the Obi-Wan, maybe give him a new updated head sculpt. And what if they did soft goods for the not the robe, but like the tunic?
I mean, if they were able to pull it off, I'd love to see them do it. So, are there any honorable mention duels that you think would be a good idea?
Well, we sort of went with the traditional lightsaber duel because of the tie-in to Damian Saber. But actually, one of the ones on my list that I took off right before we started recording, because I know it's a favorite of yours, is Kyle Katarn with a brand new beefy Dark Trooper from the first game.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. I love Kyle Katarn. We just need a Kyle Katarn.
We do. They already have the blaster. They're working. They're slowly working their way towards it.
Yeah, I think so. For mine, it's interesting. I wanted to go something a little bit more obscure for mine, and for like an honorable mention for me, I was also thinking something from those like Jedi Knight games, but not Kyle Katarn. I was thinking his Padawan there, that you play as the main character, and you fight this one Sith chick girl. I don't know her name, but I'll throw up a photo of her so you guys know what she looks like. But she's the main villain of the game. And the problem with it and why I took it off the list is that you can customize the main character to be female, male, alien, like whatever you want. And so, like, how does Hasbro pick a certain character to be that one included in it? So, no, I think more realistically, you do a Kyle Katarn instead of him. But, like, it's one of those where I love that game, and I'd love some way to get that character, but that character is who you make it, and so it's hard to put into figure form.
All right, I have another question for you. What is, thinking along the lines of a set like this, what is something that is so obscure that you don't think Hasbro would even think to make?
I think what I would have to do is the trailer from the Star Wars like Kinect Xbox game that has Chris Pratt in like his underwear dueling Darth Vader. I'll throw up a clip of it here so you guys can see it, but it's a super funny scene. Probably better than the actual game. I played Star Wars Kinect.
Did you?
Oh, I did. I was rocking out to the I'm Han Solo, I'm Han Solo. You know that? I'll play that too. But
Bro, you need to make some videos for your gaming channel. Stat.
there's no way that's happening.
The fans demand it. Comment down below. Tell them you want it.
Make sure to check out the gaming channel. That'd be nice. It's linked in the description.
They will check it out if you play Star Wars Connect.
I'll think about it.
Oh man, those will get higher numbers than anything on this channel.
I guarantee it.
And you could become a meme, and then sky's the limit, man.
There you go.
I think for an obscure one, this is kind of going out there, but I know you're gonna love it. So, in the downloadable content for The Force Unleashed, there is a duel between Lord Starkiller and the ghost of Obi-Wan.
I do know 100% what you're talking about.
And I think that would be awesome to... it's so obscure you'd have to do it as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, like with the panel, the jet panel of the Millennium Falcon behind it that maybe lights up. But yeah, Ghost Obi-Wan and Lord Starkiller, and then that's how you get your Starkiller.
I could throw another one out there. You could have Lord Starkiller, and you could have the Sith Eyes Hoth Luke.
Ooh.
Or the X-Wing or the Snowspeeder Luke.
Yeah, where he's like, all right, I'm going to embrace the dark side. And he just starts throwing stuff at you. Oh, dude, I like it. And they have that. They could, dude.
Just do a little paint on Mark Hamill's eyes there and you're all set.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else it's just him in that Snowspeeder outfit, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he might get his hand chopped off, but I don't know if you'd even have to include that.
Yeah. You just have that, and then if you're doing world building, you could do some of the little boxy cargo things and stuff that are kind of scattered around. Oh man, we're coming up with quite the list here. You got any more?
I think Hasbro needs to hire us.
Yeah. The somewhere in space consultants.
Anyway, those are our top 5 picks for lightsaber duels we want to see come to the Black Series. Let me know down in the comments what you guys would pick for your lightsaber duels that you'd like to see come to the line.
And shout out again to Damian Saber. Thank you so much for providing these review samples for us. It was awesome. We love them. Don't forget to check out their website, see if there's anything you like, and use that code Lukeness to get 5% off.
And of course, make sure to go check out our reviews up on our channels. They'll be both linked in the description if you do want to check them out. But thanks again for watching. If you did enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe. Check out the Somewhere in Space podcast on Instagram, as well as both of our personal Instagram accounts. They will be linked in the description. But that is going to do it for this episode of Somewhere in Space. This may all be happening right now. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye-bye.